So in today's video, I want to get into something a little bit technical, and that is how to add this search bar to a website using a website that's built with WordPress and Elementor. It's a little bit trickier than normal because the JavaScript needed to be split up outside of the HTML widget, but I'll go through that right now, showing exactly how we got this to work. So anyway, this check-in allows you to enter a date, enter a checkout date, and then click search, and it takes you to the reservation key booking page with those dates and number of guests pre-filled in. And then click reserve. So that's how it works, but how we got there and how to make this work is what I'm going to show now. So the client gave us access to his WordPress site. So we were able to get in and edit it directly. But first, we needed to grab the code that we supply. So the code for the search widget is in the website tab, reservation pages. So click into the page, scroll to the bottom and linking to this page, and you'll see there's search box. We even have a preview section where you can see what it looks like normally. So basically you would take all of this code and then paste it into an HTML widget. So in this case, we are now in Elementor. We already dragged in the HTML widget, which let's see if I can just click off. So this right here is an HTML widget, which is this section here. Content. So we pasted in the content here, but this is where it got a little bit tricky. What we needed to do was clean up the content to split up the HTML and the JavaScript. So the original has a bunch of on-click. You'll see here it says on-click. So we needed to take all of that out and make a separate JavaScript function. Another one, there was an on-click here on the check-in buttons. And that's where it got helpful to use ChatGPT to help with some of that tedious work. So let's go over. So here we are in the ChatGPT window, and I'm going to go up here to the top where we started with some of this. So first off, we were running into an issue with getting an error. So we asked ChatGPT to try to fix that. And then they suggested a couple of different fixes here. So then I took their fix and said, we want to split it up. So here I said, can you rewrite my code splitting it so I can just put HTML? So split it up. So that's where it actually started to take out the HTML that we could then just use split up. The problem though is that it still had the on-click sections, but then it also split up the style sheet into a separate section and with the date picker. But then I had to ask another question: how can you write custom JavaScript to handle all the on-click events? So that's really was the key right there, was to make a separate JavaScript section just for all of that coding functionality. And this is really where ChatGPT is a huge help. Of course, I could have written this all by hand, but it probably would have taken, a couple of hours to figure this out. So now let me go back to the WordPress site. So here we're on the WordPress site. We've pasted in just the HTML part. We also had to add a little bit of style here to make sure that the number of guests wasn't too wide. WordPress has some built-in style sheets which can conflict with this. Then under advanced, we've added all that custom CSS, and here it all is. We did go through and change a few more things for some of the colors, some of the spacing, all of this DP classes. That's all has to do with the date picker. That needed some adjustment. I'm not going to go through all the adjustment, but using tools, developer tools in Firefox, that all was something we could figure out the colors and the sizing. And then also let's see. So that's just the CSS is separate. Then we published that. And then over in the WordPress main system, I don't know what you call it exactly, but the main system, we have a header and footer plugin, and you can add code snippets. So I created a new code snippet just for the JavaScript provided by ChatGPT, which is this. It's listening for clicks on various parts of the code. And then when it's clicked, we will redirect to the reservation key page. And I also included the date picker links, JavaScript, and also the CSS for the date picker. Finally, published, saved that here, updated it, and then published over here. And that's how we got it all to work. So those are the three main pieces: the HTML, the CSS, and then the custom JavaScript. They all needed to be split up. And we will post all of this on our blog as well, so that this can be copy and pasted pretty easily. And then to make more of these on other pages, you would just pretty much need to copy the CSS and the HTML widget section. The JavaScript is applying site-wide, set display site-wide, so that doesn't need to be replicated. And of course, though, you can only have one search bar on each page. You couldn't have one here at the top and then another one at the bottom without a little bit more custom work. All right, so that is the end of the little bit of a technical detour video, and hopefully you found that helpful.